In the mists of prehistory, where fact and fiction often blur, lies a tale as old as time itself, a story of love, lust, and the legacy of our ancient ancestors. Welcome to the strange and surprising world of Neanderthal sex lives, where cutting-edge science meets our most primal instincts. Picture this: a rugged mountain landscape in prehistoric Romania some 50,000 years ago. A Neanderthal man, muscular and thick-browed, locks eyes with a human woman across a windswept plain. It's a moment that would change the course of human history, though neither of them could possibly know it. For decades, we've imagined Neanderthals as brutish, primitive creatures, little more than apes in human form. But recent discoveries have painted a very different picture. These were sophisticated beings with complex social structures, advanced tools, and yes, a sex life that would make even the most open-minded modern human blush. So, strap in and brace yourself. We're about to embark on a journey into the bedrooms, or perhaps more accurately, the cave alcoves, of our long-lost cousins. It's a tale of interspecies romance, genetic cocktails, and the very human question of what it means to fall in love. Our story begins not with the Neanderthals themselves, but with a groundbreaking discovery in 2010. In a cold, damp cave in Siberia's Altai Mountains, scientists made a find that would rewrite our understanding of human history. A single finger bone and a molar tooth, unremarkable at first glance, but locked within these fragments was a secret that had lain hidden for tens of thousands of years. The DNA extracted from these remains revealed a previously unknown human species, the Denisovans. But the Denisovan discovery was just the tip of the iceberg. As scientists delved deeper into the genetic code, they uncovered evidence of something even more astounding. Neanderthals, Denisovans, and early modern humans hadn't just lived alongside each other. They'd been intimate with one another. Yes, you heard that right. Our ancestors weren't just fighting and competing with these other human species. They were sleeping with them, and not just once in a while, but regularly, over tens of thousands of years. The evidence is written in our very DNA. Today, most people of non-African descent carry between 1 to 4% Neanderthal DNA in every cell of their body. It's a genetic legacy of those prehistoric liaisons, passed down through countless generations. But before we get too caught up in the romance of it all, we need to address the mammoth in the room. These encounters weren't always consensual. Communication between species would have been difficult, if not impossible. And in the harsh world of prehistoric survival, violence was often a way of life. It's a sobering thought, but one we must confront if we're to truly understand our past. The story of Neanderthal-human interactions is complex, filled with cooperation and conflict, tenderness and brutality. But let's lighten the mood a bit and dive into some of the more unusual aspects of Neanderthal sex lives. For instance, did you know that Neanderthals and humans share a gene that's responsible for the lack of penis spines? Yes, you heard that correctly. Penis spines. Many primates have small, keratin-based spines on their genitals, thought to increase stimulation during mating. But humans and Neanderthals both lack the gene for this feature. It's just one of many ways our two species were surprisingly similar in the bedroom. Speaking of bedrooms, let's talk about Neanderthal courtship. While we can't know for certain how they wooed each other, we can make some educated guesses based on their artifacts and anatomy. Neanderthals crafted jewelry from eagle talons and seashells, possibly as gifts or personal adornments to attract mates. They also had the same genes for pigmentation as humans, meaning some Neanderthals likely had fair skin and red hair. Imagine a red-headed Neanderthal Romeo presenting his crush with a necklace of eagle claws. It's not Shakespeare, but it has a certain charm. But the similarities between Neanderthal and human sex lives go beyond mere appearances. Recent studies have shown that Neanderthals likely kissed and shared oral bacteria with both each other and early humans. A 48,000-year-old dental plaque sample contained the ghostly signature of a microorganism still found in human mouths today. Dr. Laura Weyrich, an anthropologist from Pennsylvania State University, suggests this shared microbe could have been transferred through kissing or sharing food. It's a strangely intimate connection to our ancient cousins, a reminder that they were not so different from us after all. However, not all aspects of Neanderthal sex lives were so familiar. Genetic evidence suggests that inbreeding was common among Neanderthals, much more so than in human populations.
A female Neanderthal toe bone found in Siberia showed signs of parents who were closely related, possibly half-siblings or an aunt and nephew. This high level of inbreeding may have contributed to the Neanderthal's eventual extinction, as it can lead to a buildup of harmful genetic mutations. It's a stark reminder of the importance of genetic diversity, and perhaps a lesson our ancestors learned the hard way. But it wasn't all doom and gloom for Neanderthal genetics. In fact, some of the genes we inherited from our Neanderthal liaisons have proven quite beneficial. Neanderthal DNA has been linked to our immune system, skin and hair traits, and even our ability to adapt to high altitudes. So the next time you find yourself enjoying a hike at high elevation, you might want to thank your Neanderthal ancestors for the assist. As we near the end of our journey through the strange sex lives of Neanderthals, we're left with more questions than answers. What did these encounters mean to our ancestors? Were they acts of love, of survival, or something in between? We may never know the full story, but one thing is clear. The legacy of these prehistoric liaisons lives on in each of us. It's a reminder that human history is far more complex and intertwined than we once believed. So the next time you look in the mirror, take a moment to appreciate the millennia of history written in your very DNA. That strong brow, that red hair, that immunity to certain diseases. You might just be seeing a glimpse of your Neanderthal great-great-great-grandparents. In the end, the strange sex lives of Neanderthals tell us as much about ourselves as they do about our ancient cousins. They remind us that love, in all its forms, has been a driving force of human evolution for hundreds of thousands of years. And who knows, perhaps somewhere out there, in the vast expanse of the multiverse, there's a reality where Neanderthals survived and thrived. A world where our prehistoric Romeo and Juliet beat the odds and founded a new, hybrid species. It's a tantalizing thought, and a reminder that when it comes to love and sex, the story is never truly over. Remember, the next time someone calls you a Neanderthal, you can take it as a compliment. After all, they were lovers, not fighters, at least some of the time.